Okay, before we get to the main topic at hand, a new manga chapter came out, so I better get reading that so I can see my reaction to you all. And when I put a new link in the description below, and I'll explain this a little more later, it's going to be a new format. You'll see what I mean. But let's get started, shall we? Let me grab this. There we go. There we go. Now you get a better view of me. I get a better view of what's going on the computer, and let's go. Mm-hmm. 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 Rascal. That's funny. Oh, they disbanded. Okay. Oh. Yeah. How wrong he is about that. I won't die, partner. Oh, if you know the story, you'll know that a certain conversation at this point takes place, and the words said were, I won't die, partner. So, don't worry, you'll know what it is when you see it. Mm-hmm. Very well said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, family's back together again. That's nice. Let's see. Okay, Lady Toki is awesome. I mean, it was relatively established about that, but yes, Lady Toki is awesome. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Get you right there, sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's even worse. You don't do that to someone's wife, ever. I'll let you know right now. But that's a mother for you. Mm-hmm. As satisfying as that is to look at, sadly I know that the story is going to end in tragedy. Luckily though, at least we have another manga chapter this upcoming week, so we're good. Now, I mentioned it's going to be a new format. See, apparently the original people I always read the translated aren't doing One Piece anymore, but another site is. And the way they do it is actually set up really neat. See, manga is read from right to left. Well, it looks like it's left, right, it's right to left. And you press the left arrow to keep reading the chapter from right to left. So don't worry. It took me a minute to figure it out too, but that's what ends up happening. So in the meantime, let's talk about what happened yesterday, because holy cow, what a first game. Now, I knew the Titans were going to give them trouble, and they did. Like, by all accounts, you know, if Pat Mahomes didn't turn the tide of the game right near the end of the first half, the Lamar Hunt Trophy does not go back to Kansas City. I'll put it that way right now. So, yeah, that was a great game, and you know what? Now we have a really good, Super Bowl to look forward to. I'm so happy I was right that the Packers lost. Honestly, and Skip Bayless, I think, just tweeted this earlier. This might have been Rodgers' worst game since, when Jay Cutler beat him, way back, 10 years ago or whatever. So, yeah. Honestly, it would not surprise me if Aaron Rodgers is getting exposed for, how much of a arrogant little complainer that he is. Because he is. He's a diva. And it would not shock me at all if we all finally see that for once. Who's to say? Yeah. Not too much else to, talk about or discuss in terms of that. Honestly, let's be honest, the only things I was really looking for... Oh, actually, I should rephrase that. Originally, I was looking forward to, the games yesterday, and I was. But I had no idea that, my family was actually getting together for Sunday dinner, which I went to. Hey, listen, I set one of my New Year's resolutions, and you can look on day 731 when I talked about New Year's resolutions. Yes, it's been that long, and I'll get into that momentarily. Where I talked about my New Year's resolutions, and one of them was to be more involved with family. And, you know, having dinner with family, I think qualifies, does it not? I think so. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. That's to give you a brief rundown of how I'm coming down with something right now. But, I mean, again, you see me, I can't see you. You're not going to watch this video and immediately get sick from it. That's not even remotely how it works. So, I mean, nothing too serious. Just, I have a tickle in my throat, which in this weather is only going to get worse probably just because wintertime. So in terms of getting together last night, you know, was a nice conversation. I got to see my grandma, a couple of my cousins. You know, it was a wonderful time. They had hors d'oeuvres. They had shrimp, cheese, pepperoni and crackers plate, pierogies, little mini bruschettas, mini cocktail weenies. Love mini cocktail weenies. Mini cocktail weenies are good. And for dinner, we had meatloaf, twice baked potatoes, salad, and mixed vegetables. And soup and bread too. That was really good. And for dessert, we had donuts and other sort of pastries from a place called Tops. Oh, I mentioned Tops before. It's a grocery store chain, but a very, very good one. Not quite to the awesomeness or level of quality of Wegmans, but it's still pretty darn good. I will never knock Tops or anything. Tops, I highly recommend if you're able to go. I mean, if you don't know what Tops is, I can't really help if there's no way you can ever get to it. But if you have an opportunity to check out a Tops, do that. You know, not a lot of good stuff in there. Again, not quite as good as Wegmans, but still pretty good. Still pretty. It's a good egg, is what it is. So, yeah. Anything else? Well, not really. I mean, yeah, there was also the Conor McGregor Cowboy fight, but honestly, you know, the main events of those things are always so incredibly late, and plus, because this was on Saturday night when I went over to Teal's. They actually had the fight, but I just couldn't. I mean, I was starting to doze off. I had to go back here and get some sleep, which I did. And I actually slept in today. So, oops. Other than that, not much else to talk about or discuss or whatever. You know, we have the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks, and I have plenty of time to decide upon who I ultimately want to see win the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, I could make a pick right now, but honestly, I really am better off just waiting, because if I make a pick now, I'd have to constantly remind you guys of what it was, and I'd rather not do that, because when you're constantly reminded of something, it could potentially be very annoying, and I'd rather not do that to you, because you all deserve better. So, yeah. I'm really glad that I was right about both games yesterday. You know, if I had to be, I know it was only 2 games, but if I had to pick a day to be right, why not yesterday? Although that also does remind me of my top 11 picks. This was one of them for Super Bowl matchups that I wanted to see, and this is one of them. So I can definitely be very thankful about that. And yeah, so I'm really glad I got to watch some really good football yesterday. I'm really glad I was able to do more upon, you know, fulfilling one of my New Year's resolutions. That was awesome. I gotta say, when you actually try and do very doable resolutions, it's actually really nice. I mean, I said I wanted to be more involved with family, and, I have. And yesterday's even further proof of that. I said I was going to be a little more adventurous and trying stuff, and at the illegal tap house a while back, I had my first wine tasting, so, yeah. I'm doing pretty good on that. And here's to hoping I continue that process all along. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button, follow me on social media, and turn notifications on YouTube. I very humbly made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys are on my Tiger channel, it's going to be here to London here. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.